Hi, fourth graders. Today we're going to be measuring angles using a protractor. So typically in the classroom, we would have like a plastic protractor, this tool right here, and we'd have to line it up to measure angles. So because we're learning over the computer, we have our protractor already here on top of our angles. It's important to know though, let me move this up here. It's important to know though that when we're lining up our protractor, that the little circle on the bottom of the protractor needs to line up on the vertex of the angle that you're trying to measure. Now remember, the vertex is where the two rays meet, this little point here. So you always want to make sure that that circle is on top. If you don't do that, then you're not going to get an accurate measure of the angle. Another thing you need to keep in mind is that this ray, one of the rays of the angle, needs to be lined up against this straight line, okay? So we have our straight angle against the bottom, okay? Another thing you're going to notice on the protractor, okay, is that there's two sets of numbers. There's numbers on the outside, and there's numbers on the inside. Now, the outside numbers are to measure the exterior angle, okay? And then numbers on the inside are to measure the interior angle. Now, oftentimes as fourth graders, when we're measuring angles, we're measuring for that interior angle. So for example, angle AB, okay? This right here would be the angle that we're trying to measure, okay? Whereas on the outside, that would be all the other space going around, okay? So let's do this. Let's measure angle A to begin, okay? Where does A come out? Well, it's either 0 or 180. Well, we know that's going to be 0 degrees, okay? Because we're only looking at that interior angle. So angle A is going to be 0, okay? 0 degrees. Make sure we put that degree symbol. Well, that looks like a 6. Come on. There we go. 0 degrees. Now, angle AB, right? Angle AB, this is 30 degrees. I know because the line falls along 30 degrees. That tells me that all the distance all the way around here, this side is 150 degrees. This side is 150 degrees, whereas this side is 30. When you add up these numbers, it's always going to equal 180 degrees, half a circle rotation, okay? So angle AB, that is 30 degrees. And we know that's also an acute angle. It's less than 90 degrees. Angle C, I'm going to see, is lined up at 50 degrees, which is also acute. Now, angle D, okay, that's at 90 degrees. So on this side, it's 90 degrees, but on this side, it's also 90 degrees because it's halfway through the middle. It's 90 degrees. It's a right angle. The next one, now we're getting obtuse. We're going beyond 90 degrees. That's going to be 120 degrees. If you ever forget what side you should be looking at, you need to stop and think. Well, if I forget, is it 120 or is it 60? Well, I know it can't be 60 degrees because it's greater than a right angle. It's greater than 90 degrees. I can tell it's obtuse. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next one. Angle F. Okay? So angle F from here all the way up to here. Angle F. That's going to be 140 degrees. Okay, so that's how you use a protractor to measure different angles. I wish we were in the classroom using real protractors, but this is also a fun way of doing it. So now you're going to go ahead and try some of these out on your own.